The key to transformation is becoming comfortable with discomfort. It's not reaching for the old, the way that it has been, the old identity, the way that you've known what is familiar, your life up to this point, and you don't yet know what that new identity is going to be that you're birthing. You don't yet know what you're moving into. You don't yet know it's going to be there because you haven't experienced it yet. It's new. And when we're transforming, we have this space in between, and that space can last minutes, months, years. Depends on the transformation you're experiencing. And from my own personal experience of going through transformation after transformation after transformation for well over 10, really 15 years now, very deep ones, I know how uncomfortable that space in between is, and how our mind wants to grasp on to a thought form that it identifies with to keep us safe, or a habit or pattern, because it's all it's known. And the mind is based on what we have known, what we have been told, what we have seen. Well, the mystery, the new, our mind can't grasp it because it's never experienced it. It doesn't know. It's not familiar. It hasn't been told that. It might have ideas, but that's it. So the only way through that transition, to move as gracefully as possible, to deeply transform from the inside out into the new state, is to allow yourself to feel so uncomfortable. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because you don't know. You can't know with your mind. You can't know yet. So the more you can surrender into not knowing and go deep into your body, the cavern of your body, your inner cave, that is going to get you through. How? Because your body houses the voice of your soul. It is a communication device for your soul. Your body is going to guide you into your soul's truth, and your soul doesn't need to grasp for anything. Your soul doesn't need to know with the mind, because your soul always knows. So you spend time not up here in the mind with mental meditation. You spend time going into the body through embodied meditation practices, which I'm very passionate about teaching people how to do in the Temple of Divine Union. You go into the body and you sit with the energy inside of you. Could be through your belly, could be through your heart, could be through your core. What's here? What's here? Okay. So maybe there's a part of you that is feeling incredibly anxious and scared about this transformation that you're in. Maybe you're saying goodbye to an old job. Maybe you're saying goodbye to an old relationship. Maybe you're saying goodbye to an old house, an old city that you've lived in. And there's grief. There's grief of that loss, okay? So be with the grief. Maybe that's a layer that you need to touch first. Be with that grief of that loss. Grief is just energy. We can label all the stuff around it and make it seem like this huge thing. And we get scared of it. We want to avoid it. We judge it. We label it. Oh, it's this, it's heavy. No, grief isn't any of those things. Grief is simply an emotion. What is emotion? Energy in motion. It's just energy. When we release the mind's attachment and we simply allow what is to be what is, we can move through it a lot more easily and not identify with that as our state of being. You are not grief. It is simply something moving through you. It is informing you. It is showing you. It is opening your heart. And so maybe you touch that grief. Okay. And then underneath that grief is anxiety of well, if I don't have this thing in my life, what do I have? So then who am I? What's my identity? So you touch that emptiness. You touch that, wait, I don't have this thing to reach for. Okay, so instead of reaching, you go into the desire to reach. Okay, why are we wanting to reach? I'm scared. Okay, I don't feel safe. Okay, so how do we create safety? How do you create that internal sense of safety for yourself? When you don't know, you can't reach for the old, unless you want to go back to the old, right, out of comfort. You can't reach for the new because you're not there yet. So how do you create that internal safety for yourself? Will you see and witness the part of you that feels unsafe? And you open your heart to that part of you. I hear you. I see you. I'm with you. I'm here. I'm with you. I see you're scared. I see you don't know. I see you're anxious. I'm with you. And I've got you. I'm going to carry you through this. I know it's uncomfortable. I know you want to kick and scream. I know you want to throw a tantrum. Maybe let's actually do that. Just physically let out this energy. Maybe let's dance and throw a tantrum. Maybe let's rage. Maybe let's throw pillows in a sacred private space. So you can let the body express and the body move the energy of not feeling safe for all the times it hasn't felt safe in the past. And maybe this transformation is happening so that you can actually feel all the times that you didn't feel safe and begin to create safety in your body. Then you connect to the deeper, deeper, deeper part of you, which is the soul part of you, which is the divine part of you, which is connected to all that is. And you allow that infinite love that you have in your heart, in your soul, to simply hold space for the part of you that's scared and love it through its fear. Not to tell it it's going to be okay and everything's going to work out and there's no reason to be upset. Because when we do that, we're actually lying to ourselves. Transformation is going to require unease, discomfort. There's going to be pain. There's going to be loss. There's going to be movement from one state to the other. It's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be easy. Likely, not for your ego at least. And so the more that you can be honest with yourself about each stage and witness it consciously and open your heart to it and hold yourself through it and keep moving forward anyway, the smoother that process is going to be. Because the mind's going to want to avoid or latch onto what it's known. The soul knows I don't have to latch on to anything outside of me to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel good, to feel valuable, to feel worthy. And when you can start to anchor into that truth, you move into the transformation in a literally transformed state before you even get there. Because most often it's that journey from one state into the new that is the transformation. And the result is how you feel when you quote, get there. Whatever that there is, the new house, the new job, the next relationship, or being alone for the first time in 20 years, or whatever that is for you. But it requires you being with you no matter what. You holding you no matter what. You loving you no matter what. When you see yourself seeking outside to latch onto the old, to experience that, you give it to yourself. This is your power. We've been told our power is outside of us. Your power is not outside of you. Love is not outside of you. Safety is not outside of you. Your worth is not outside of you. Your value is not outside of you. It is in you here now as you are, period. The more you lean into that, the more you can open and expand into the truth of who you are, in your power, in your sovereignty. And so I hope this is helpful as you navigate the change that we are individually and collectively in, as you transform from one state to the other, and letting yourself go through this without knowing, without reaching, without grasping, but fully in union with you. If you want to learn how to connect with your body as energy, deep practices to take you, to connect you to that inner soul truth, that's my specialty. I do that in the monthly Temple of Divine Union, only $22 to join. I also do that in my one-on-one and group offerings. So go to thepathtosovereignty.com if you want to explore that and join us in our next monthly temple on March 10th. Otherwise, I hope this has been of deep service to you. Jessica Falcon, and I hope to see you next time.